Hello everyone, welcome to Cloud Institution. Today we are going to see one of the another concept, that is how to SSH from one EC2 instance, to another EC2 instance. Okay, so we should be having a two EC2 instances, and we are going to see that how we are going to SSH from one instance to another instance. Okay, so let's get into to the demo, and I'm going to my EC2 instances. So I'm already having one of the EC2 instances already running. Okay, so this is kind of a very basic instances, so which I've already created it. So I'm going to connect to this instance. Okay, so I'm going to give a connect. Okay, so I'm going to give EC2 instance connect, and I'm clicking on connect it. Okay, so it is establishing connection now. So yeah, so I'm able to connect it now, right? So this is the machine, EC2 instance machine, so which is having the private IP, which is having a 8-115, um, which is 8-115. Okay, so we have one machine. So I'm going to create a new machine. Okay, so new EC2 instances. So the instance name is going to be Cloud Institution 2, Cloud Institution 2. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to choose Amazon Linux image, okay, as a default image, and I'm going to choose the same AMI image, whatever it is already there. So I'm going to choose t2.micro. Okay, it's fine. So now I'm going to create a new key pair. So this key pair is very, very important, right? So I'm going to create a new key pair. So the key pair name is going to be cloud hyphen 2. Okay, so because I'm going to connect it for the second machine, I'm going to create the key pair name called cloud institution hyphen 2, because we are going to connect this instance from Linux to Linux itself, right? So because of that, I'm going to choose .pem file. If you wanted to connect this instance from your Windows machine, then you have to use ppk. Okay, so for now I'm going to use .pem file. Okay, so create key pair. Now as you can see, so one of the key pairs already been downloaded, 2.pem. Okay, so now, so I'm going to give all these things as a default, because so just make sure, guys, so whenever you're creating two instances, just make sure that both instances are in the same VPC. Okay, so I've created my previous instances in this VPC because I have only one default VPC. So just make sure that so both instances on the same VPC. If you wanted to connect to the private IP address, so if you want to connect it using public IP addresses, this doesn't matter much actually. So if you want to connect it using the private IP addresses, from one machine to another machine, so you have to have with the same VPC. Okay, so now I have the same VPC, whatever the instance whatever the instance we already have. Sorry, not this one. And let's go into the instances. So the running instances, if you can see, the instance is this one. So this is okay. So this is under networking. So this is the VPC, so 09. So W09 is the VPC. So W09 is the VPC, so which I have it, right? So now I'm just allowing SSH connection from the internet. Okay, so I just wanted to connect it using the public IP addresses as well as the private IP addresses. So I'm going to choose the SSH connectivity should be enabled. Okay, so on this instances. So now I'm going to choose with this one, and I'm going to choose the 8 GB of hard disk, and I'm going to launch instance. Okay, I'm going to click on launch instance. Okay, so this instance is launched. Okay, now let's click on this instance. Okay, so the cloud institution 2. Okay, so maybe the small spelling mistake. INSTITUT. Okay, Fair enough. So the cloud institution 2. Okay, so now I wanted to connect from this machine. Okay, so the machine which has already been running. Okay, so here is the machine which has already been running. I want to connect from this machine to the new machine. So whatever the machine which we have created now, I wanted to connect from there. Okay, so this is the first machine, cloud institution. Okay, Linux cloud institution. Okay, so this is a machine, and this is the second machine, right? The cloud institution 2. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is that, so I'm going to copy this IP addresses. Okay, so SSH, so the username is going to be EC2 hyphen user, because it is the AWS Amazon Linux image. So because of that one, the username is going to be EC2 hyphen user. Okay, and then the IP address is going to be this one. So do you think will this work? So we are missing something here, right? So we want something need to be added on top of this one. So we need the key file. So whatever the key file which we have downloaded just now, we need that key file, and then we have to use that key file, as a authentication method. Okay, so that is how we are going to get the, SSH connectivity from one machine to another machine. Okay, because we don't have a root authentication enabled for this machine. Okay, so in the next sessions, we're going to see that how to enable the root authentication for the EC2 instance. Okay, so now I have, I want to see that cloud institution -2 is .pem is the file. So now I'm going to my terminal. Okay, I'm under the download folder. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to do a VI of the cloud institution institution -2.pem file. So I'm going to do a VI, or I can also do cat with this file. So what I have to do now is that I'm going to do a cat file. Okay, I'm going to copy this entire content. So you have to be very careful, guys. You should not be missing even a single the single space out of this one. So I'm going to copy. Okay, I haven't copied this one. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this key. Okay, on my clipboard, and I'm going to exit. Okay, I'm going to exit. So see, guys, so this is my terminal, right? This is my MacBook terminal. Okay, so this is my local machine. So where I've just have that key file downloaded. So I'm just copied that PEM file. Now I am going to I'm going to click on VI, and I can create any kind of a file name. It doesn't matter that so that that EC2, that key file name has to be matching with the same name what we have downloaded. Okay, now I'm going to do with the test.pem. Okay, test.pem file. Okay, so now we already have one kind of a test.pem file which is already there. So I'm going to choose with some other file name. Okay, so I'm going to choose with test1.pem1 file. Okay, so now I'm going to do now is that I'm going to copy paste the same SSH script. Okay, so now I've saved this one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to do a SSH from this machine. Okay, so SSH -i EC2 -user @ okay, sorry. So SSH -i test.pem test1.pem. Okay, so EC2 -user is the username, and then the IP address is going to be this one. Okay, IP address is going to be this one, which you already copied, right? So now, sorry guys, it's been copied from my clipboard. So I have two files. One is called test.pem file and test1.pem file. Okay, so now I wanted to copy from the test1.pem file. So SSH -i test1.pem file EC2 -user @ the instance of the IP addresses. The IP address of the instance is going to be this one. Okay, now I'm going to do this. So do you think it's going to work? No, it's going to give me some kind of errors. So the error is going to be the permission of the PEM file. Okay, the PEM file permission is not correct, so we need to change the permission of the PEM file. So how are we going to change it? Change to 400. So in order to do that one, do chmod 400. Okay, the test1.pem file. Okay, now I changed it. Now I'm going to do a same thing, SSH fni test.pem. So I have been connected to the machine, right? So as you can see, the private IP of this machine is going to be 172.31.3.135. Okay, so 172.31.3.135. So this is how we are going to connect, the instance with the public IP address. Okay, because both both the instances are the same, the same VPC, because the route table has been enabled for to have a connectivity with all the instances in the within the VPC. So we should be able to try connecting using the private IP address also. Okay, so now I'm going to try with the private IP addresses. So now I'm going to exit. Okay, now I came out of this instance, right? So now I'm going back. So now I'm going to replace this one with the my private IP address. Let's see it's gonna work or not. Give S. Okay, so now still I'm able to connect to the machine, whichever it is there here. Okay, so this is how we are going to be connecting from one EC2 instance from another EC2 instance. Just remember, guys, so whenever you're copying the PEM file from here, so you can just also do a cat of this file, and you can just do cloud institution -2.pem. Okay, so just make sure that you're copying entire the ID underscore RSA key, and then you're going to use it. Okay, otherwise it's not going to work for you guys. Okay, so this is how you're going to connect the SSH from one EC2 instance from another EC2 instance. Okay, so I hope this would have been useful for you guys. So if you like this video, so please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and please subscribe to our channel and for more videos like this one. Okay, so if you have any questions about our courses and everything, so we are conducting a large variety of courses, so please reach out to us on this number if you want to enroll for any other courses. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video.